Dr. Mindy here, and welcome to my channel. And on this video, I am going to talk about gut health and how we can use fasting to heal your gut and how we can use feasting to heal your gut. So if you're new to my channel, just welcome. Super happy you're here. I hope you find a tremendous amount of information that serves your fasting lifestyle. We are specifically this week doing immunity, and I'm leaning into concepts around what foods we can be eating to build immunity, but also how do we pair that with fasting. So if you're coming to this video brand new without looking at the other videos that are tied into our winter immunity fast, please go back. We put it all in a playlist for you. Go back and watch them in order so you get the maximum benefit. And as always, you guys, if you love this video, share it out into the world. Together we are more powerful, and we can change the health of the world right now with so many of the principles that I'm teaching here on this channel. Okay, let's dive into your gut. So I want to start off by talking about what gut dysbiosis is. You probably hear this a little bit in just the health world. Inside your gut, we've got trillions of healthy bacteria, and you really want the good bacteria to outnumber the bad ones. When the bad ones are taking over, you will notice cravings like sugar and carbohydrate cravings will go up. Your immune system will be depressed. The bad bacteria, when they rule the gut, you don't make neurotransmitters that keep you calm and happy. So the name of the game with your gut is you want more good ones than bad ones. And when you hear somebody talk about gut dysbiosis or they're having challenges with their gut, usually the opposite has happened. They have more bad ones than good ones. So we want, with fasting and with food, I want to give you the really key foundational principles on how to get more good ones than bad ones. So let's start off with this concept, because I know you all love fasting. What fast is going to help with this switch? How do we make the good ones thrive and the bad ones die off? Well, the first thing is I want you to realize you weren't meant to eat all day. Hopefully you already know that. But when you come to building a fasting lifestyle, the first step is we just got to give your gut a break. I heard a really interesting thing on a panel I was on a couple of weeks ago with Zach Bush. Zach was talking about how our microbiome actually sleep at night, that they need to rest too. So our microbiome is like these gut bacteria don't want to be at working all the time. They need to have a rest period. So fasting gives that. So regardless of if you fast 15 hours, 17 hours, 24 hours, you're giving those bacteria a good rest. Now, what the science says is that out of MIT, and this was a mouse study, but it's one that is talked about a lot, came out of MIT, and it showed that a 24-hour fast will reboot your intestinal stem cells. So what does that mean to you? Let's say you've been dealing with a bloated belly. Let's say you've been constipated. Let's say you have diarrhea, or you've got candida or a parasite. Every time you lean into a 24-hour fast, what you're doing is you're repairing that inner mucosal lining, and you're giving the intelligence inside your body the chance to repair itself on its own. You know, the intelligence in our body is more powerful and smarter than all the doctors put together. So if you're struggling with your gut, you want to lean into this intelligence, and you do that by going 24 hours. So make sure you're doing more 24-hour fasting. Now, when you eat, there are 3 categories of food that you're going to want to lean into: prebiotic foods, probiotic food, and polyphenol foods. So I have had the pleasure of interviewing a lot of people for my Resetter podcast. And I will tell you that there is one common thread that I'm hearing across all different experts in a lot of different categories of health. And they all agree that one of the best foods you can eat are fermented foods. So this is your sauerkrauts, your kimchis, The fermented foods can even show up in fermented yogurts. So those of you joining us in the Reset experience, we've got a whole milk fermenting expert that's going to show you how to make your own yogurt. So leaning into fermented foods, combining that with more 24-hour fasts is like a game changer. Then you want to make sure that you're feeding those bacteria, the good bacteria. They're like a pet inside of you that need to be fed so they can stay alive and build your immune system and give you neurotransmitters like GABA that just calms your brain, or serotonin that makes you happy. 90% of serotonin is made in your gut. And do we all need a little boost of happiness right now? I'm thinking yes. So you want to feed them things like chia seeds and hemp seeds, things like asparagus, leeks, onions. These are nutrition for those bacteria so they grow stronger and they make more of these really good immune pieces and good neurotransmitters for your brain. So those are the prebiotic foods. They're all, by the way, listed out in the guide. So if you're wanting a companion guide to all the information that I'm giving you this week, just put companion guide in your comments and we'll make sure that you get, and it's free, make sure you get the link to it. And then there's polyphenol foods. So some really cool polyphenol foods is like coffee and red wine. Okay, that's pretty cool. You mean I can have coffee and red wine and it can feed my microbiome? Yes, if you're doing chemical-free versions of both of those. So we also have, go to Dr. Mindy's favorites on my webpage and I have all the chemical-free versions there for you so you guys can find that. But also things like olives, we're back at dark chocolate, nuts, some of the raw nuts, specifically the ones you may not gravitate towards, like walnuts, are fabulous for feeding your microbiome. So if you want to use fasting to fix your gut, do what I said in the first part of this, more 24-hour fasts. But don't forget about food, because you need to feed those good bacteria so that they keep thriving and they outnumber the bad versions. And when we're talking immunity, especially winter immunity, now is the time to eat more of these foods, do more of these 24-hour fasts than ever before. You have an incredible pharmacy within your body, and when you use fasting as a tool and combine it with amazing foods like the ones I mentioned on this video, you will see just how strong this immune system is meant to be. So as always, I hope you guys are enjoying the videos I'm doing here on Fast Training Week. If you want the companion guide, my team did an amazing job putting all the resources to this Fast Training Week together. It's free for you, so just put companion guide in the comments. And if you guys want to experience this in a guided setting, join me in the Reset experience. We're going to take the whole month of January to really dive into the principles of fasting and eating in order to not only keep our immune system strong, but lose weight, keep our mind happy, and be the best version of us that we can possibly be. So just put Reset experience in the comments and we'll make sure you get a link to that. But as always, you're miraculous. This information you can apply. I'm cheering you on. Let's all get healthy together.